case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1946, mechanic Dehn suffered a brutal incident while inspecting a bus, leaving him without two fingers. This bus, previously purchased from Transit Bus Sales Company by Palmer, became the flashing point for an ensuing court battle, Palmer v. Dehn. The situation unfolded in Knoxville when Dehn, a seasoned mechanic, informed Palmer that a bus belt was too loose. As they watched a driver adjust the belt, they engaged in a detailed dialogue on the issue. Unbeknownst to Dehn, the driver disappeared from sight, leaving him to demonstrate the proper belt tightness to Palmer, a decision that had dire consequences when the oblivious driver started the engine. Dehn experienced a grotesque, unfortunate accident that resulted in the loss of his fingers. Crucially, Dehn neglected to engage the safety switch due to what he believed was the driver's presence, thereby rendering it unnecessary. Following this incident, Dehn pressed charges against Palmer for personal injury and breach of contract. The case was tightly knotted around the concept of contract consideration, whether anything of value, tangible or otherwise, was promised in return for Dehn's inspection services. Palmer contested the lawsuit on the grounds that he had made no such promise. The jury, however, disagreed and ruled against Palmer. He petitioned for a directed verdict, arguing not only the absence of consideration in his alleged promise, but also tried to pin some of the negligence on Dehn himself. The trial judge dismissed his petition outright. Encompassing both counts of personal injury due to negligence and breach of contract, the jury's verdict favored Dehn. Palmer's attempts to reverse this decision failed as numerous appeals were overruled, culminating in the highest court's denial of his directed verdict. The basis for these rulings: not all considerations need a physical exchange, and any inferred benefit or detriment can stand as a valid consideration. Thus, Palmer was left to shoulder the financial burden for Dehn's losses and expenses, a decision sealed by the court's belief that, unless the jury's decision seemed reckless, it should not be heavily scrutinized or supervised. As such, Dehn emerged victorious in this grisly personal injury lawsuit.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit LSD.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.